I want to thank all you guys for coming. It is really, I know it sounds kind of corny because I know almost all of you, but it truly is an honor to do this like we do. I spent a little time out at Standing Rock on Saturday, and we went to some burial services with some of the different people from Bullhead and McLaughlin out there, and they honor. It was very humbling for me. So with that, I want to start today. We will have our opening prayer from our chaplain, Mr. PBD.
Today, we are here to honor those who have served our country, given their lives so that we may stand here and still live in freedom. We need to be constantly reminded of our gift of freedom and of those who gave all to make sure future generations continue to know life in a free, democratic society. Remember those who have passed is only half of the task that is before us today. We must also carry their love, honor, and duty forward to the future generations that will pass. Our children must know who they were, what they did, and why they did it. To do anything less will be a disservice to their sacrifice and their memories. Those that have gone created a clear pathway for us to continue on. We must never waver from that path of freedom and democracy. Take their memories, take their dreams, and walk forward, shouldering the cause of freedom. Carry it high and proud. They did, and now we must walk forward for them and for our children.
Thank you, Pete. 30 years ago, America engaged in a new war in a volatile region. Iraq had invaded the sovereign nation of Kuwait. It was an act of aggression that could not stand. The United States led a coalition of 35 nations with a bold and clear mission to liberate an occupied country. Among the 500,000 U.S. troops deployed to the Middle East, one of them was Specialist Cindy Bowdwin, a freshman at the University of Connecticut. Specialist Bowdwin enlisted in the National Guard and served as a medic with the 142nd Medical Company. The Hartford Courant reported that the young specialist had a chronic back condition that could have kept her home during her deployment. The daughter of a Vietnam veteran, Cindy would hear none of it. Of course I'm going, silly. I can't let my best buddy go alone. This is what she told a fellow friend and service member. On February 28, 1991, just hours after George W. Bush declared a ceasefire to the end of the Gulf War, Specialist Bowdwin was killed in action after her convoy struck a landmine. She was only 19. Like many soldiers going to war, she wrote a letter to her parents in the event that she did not return. I did not come here to be their hero, she wrote. I came here because my country needed me, and I needed to be here. As much as I hate being so far away from home, I am here with thousands of other soldiers helping to bring down a very deranged tyrant. If I should die while helping to achieve this, then I did not die in vain. Cindy Bowdwin did not die in vain. Neither did any other of the Americans we honor today. Nonetheless, wars are unpopular. There is a good reason for this. It was Union General William T. Sherman who said, "It is only those who have neither fired a shot nor heard the shrieks and groans of the wounded who cry aloud for blood. More vengeance, more desolation. War is hell, unquote. But we should always remember that the decisions leading to war are those of the policymakers, not the veterans themselves. Sometimes the mission is clear-cut. In World War II, millions were liberated and truly evil regimes were toppled. The price can still be unbelievably painful, as Emma and Willie Lebrecht experienced. The Jewish couple fled Nazi Germany for New York City with their 2 young sons in 1938. 7 years later, Ferdy and Alfred Lebrecht made the supreme sacrifice for their new country while fighting the Germans in Europe. In his book, Brothers in Arms, author Kevin Callahan noted, "The memory of those 2 brave brothers who escaped Nazi Germany only to perish in its destruction lives on." And that is why we are here today, not to recall just the memories of Cindy Ladeau and the Lebrecht brothers, but to honor the sacrifices made by the 1 million heroes who died defending this country since the American Revolution. And that sacrifice is painfully shared by the Gold Star families and close friends of those heroes. Most of us will not truly understand the depths of their despair unless we have experienced it. But we can always offer our support. We can wear the poppy. We can place flags and wreaths at their graves. We can donate to charities that provide for families, and we can look at their surviving brothers and sisters in arms and say thank you for your service. Our organization, the American Legion and the Legion Auxiliary, recognizes that when rounds are coming your way, there is no such thing as a, quote, small war. More than 1,600 Americans have lost their lives fighting in covert operations and Cold War battles that occurred between the designated war periods since the attack on Pearl Harbor. We honor their sacrifice as we honor those who lost on Iwo Jima or even at the frozen Chasen. For 100 years, the preamble of the Constitution of the American Legion stated our commitment to preserve the memories and incidents of our association in the Great War, and later on, the Great Wars. This wording was a natural outcome for an organization that was founded by World War I veterans and succeeded by equally committed World War II veterans. In 2019, we changed our preamble to expand to a public statement. We now promise to preserve the memories and incidents of our associations in all wars. We are here today to honor all of our fallen heroes: Fallujah, the Philippines, Quezon, Kandahar, Beirut, and Grenada. We honor American heroes from the American Revolution through the global war on terrorism and every battle in between. The location is unimportant. It is the hearts of these men and women that truly matters. It is the devotion within that led them to sacrifice their lives for the country we all love. It is hard for us, the living, to equate ourselves with those who made such a sacrifice. The surviving loved ones do not have to look very far to find their heroes. As Specialist Baldwin wrote to her parents, "When you start to miss me, look inside your heart and you will find me." We should all look into our hearts. We may not only find our heroes, but we can examine what type of country that we live in. No matter what critics say about America, Can a nation that produces such remarkable men and women be anything but force for good? Can we do more to create a country that is worthy of such sacrifice? Can we insist that our policymakers always consider the true cost of their decisions and only send men and women to war when all other options have been fully considered? War is not the best policy, but the heroes that war produces are the best of America. Thank you once again for coming. God bless all of you, and God bless America. Thank you. Now we will continue with our closing prayer by Chaplain McGee, and we will proceed to the cemetery for the burial and the placing of the wreath.
We remember today all those who have come before us and given the greatest gift to our democratic nation. Their lives, their duty, their honor, and their lives are precious gifts that must be given to the future of our country and our families. The duty of our veterans, past and present, is the fiber of the word freedom, and is stronger by our recognition of service and sacrifice. We honor that service and sacrifice today and should carry it forward for our children to honor. Freedom and democracy are the results of all of the most honorable this country has produced. Today we stand to remember the most honorable amongst us, and we must continue to carry the burden of their sacrifice, lest we lose sight of what true freedom is. Today we remember, stand in honor to them, walking their paths of duty, remember the cost, and hold in your heart the cause of freedom. Remember today, Memorial Day, our veterans.
Thank you again so much, you guys, for coming. We really do appreciate this. And we invite you all to come out to the cemetery for the laying of the wreath and the final closing ceremony.